Hello everyone, so picking off where we last left off where I was not a level high enough to continue with the main scenario quest, and now I am, although only just, but I should hopefully level up soon again. As you can see, I have like a long ways to go, but there's duty roulettes and side quests that I can do otherwise. Anyway, so speaking with Estinien. I have pricked Master Alphino's pride, I fear, but had I been less forceful, the boy would have insisted on accompanying us to the Aery. Do not think me blind to his talent. With a few more campaigns under his belt, I have no doubt that Alphino will make a fine field commander. But one does not practice on an adversary such as Nidhogg. We shall be hard-pressed enough without the added worry of carrying a novice. And so that completes that quest, and then we speak with Estinien yet again. And we got a mana cutter mount as well. Anyway, Estinien is eager to set forth for the Aery, and as you can see, this is also the Aether Current. We have tarried long enough, let us call upon Master Garland and take possession of the mana cutters. And so we need to head to the Skysteel Manufactory, which is all the way over there. And I guess they've moved over here, so speaking with Estinien. The moment is at hand, Warrior of Light. Wedge. Yon, I guarantee you won't find any loose rivets. We triple-checked. Biggs. These little beauties are our pride and joy, and now they're yours, so be careful with them, eh? Sid. Slubbering old friend, the cutters are ready when you are. The finer adjustments cost a few sleepless nights, but we got there in the end. Which means you can get where you need to go. I tell you, these little beauties will tear through the wind barrier like a cermet drill through cottage cheese. And that, my friends, is a Garland Ironworks guarantee. You have our thanks. Come, Warrior of Light, the dread worm awaits. The Aery now accessible. And I'm going to see how long the queue is for my Dragoon. 15 minutes. Well. Oh. Well, that was okay. That was more like 2 minutes. Not even 2 minutes. It was more like a minute. I guess other people need this quest, or I just happen to be on the queue list. Who knows? Not complaining.
No worm! This ends here! Gifted my people 1,000 years of suffering. Now I gift you an eternity in darkness.
They are ours, Lord Eldrath. The eyes of Nidhogg.
Aye. The worm lies broken and my father is avenged. With the wellspring of his vitality thus denied him, Nidhogg shall not linger long in this world. But behold the terrible price we have paid. My sire is dead. So many brother knights slain. We traded our honor for the strength which now courses in our veins. And still we are forced to make such sacrifice.
But not in vain, my lord. Hraesvelgr is the only great worm left in Dravania, and he dares not leave his lair. With Nidhogg's eyes in your possession, who now can challenge the might of Ishgard, ascend the throne, and take your rightful place as the ruler of our people?
Nay, my friend. I must forsake the mantle of king. Though Nidhogg be defeated, his wormling horde yet darkens the skies with wings beyond counting. As one who partook of Ratatoska's strength, it shall be my penance to bear a knight's arms until death grants me leave to retire. When that day comes, no prince shall perish, but a hell's-bound hunter of dragons.
But Lord Haldreth, what then shall become of the royal line?
Think of your people, my lord. Without a king, who will the common man turn to in his hour of need? How will he find his way without your benevolent hand to guide him?
I thank you, Sir Flavian and Sir Silvertrill, for dispelling my remaining doubts. With men of such wisdom and compassion in service to the realm, it is plain that Ishgard has no need of a king. But if you must bow to the demands of tradition, you need look no further than yourselves for one worthy to wear the crown. Fare thee well, my brother knights, my loyal friends. On these shoulders shall I bear the weight of my father's sins. With this lance shall I repay the debt accrued through our misdeeds.
What cruel jest has fate played upon us? Have we seized this desperate victory only to lose a king?
We can but act as our lord has bid. We few who remain must divide between us the rulership of Ishgard and her people.
Not I. My oath was to Lord Haldreth and he alone. If he is not to be king, then I would hang up my shield as well.
Will you abandon us too, sir?
I would wash my hands of blood and betrayal and take up an honest trade. Mayhap I shall serve ale instead of sharpened steel.
We four, then.
Fortin, Hylanat, Durender, and Zemail. But 4 houses to rule all of Ishgard.
And what of the throne?
We keep it empty. Until the day a king rises once more, we must assume the role of stewards. We shall shape our nation anew with a history of our own making, and let the truth of this dark day die here, upon the battlefield.
What ails you, friend? Are you wounded? You have borne witness to history. To the culmination of the first battle with Nidhogg. The legend of Ishgard's founding tells that our ancestors were led to the land of Kurthus by the valiant King Thordan. In the midst of their journey, they came to a wide chasm, where they were set upon by a great worm, Nidhogg. A furious battle then ensued, with Thordan leading the van. Though the brave king was slain defending his people, his son, Haldreth, the first Azure Dragoon, fought on undaunted. And with a mighty thrust of his lance, he gouged out Nidhogg's eye, forcing the wicked creature into retreat. Thus did this eldritch orb become a sacred treasure of Ishgard, lending its power to every knight deemed worthy to bear the title of Azure Dragoon. A rousing tale, is it not? Would that I could still believe it. But your vision, which we must accept as immutable truth, leaves no room for doubt, save on one point. If Huldreth took both of Nidhogg's eyes, then how came this eye to be lodged in the worm's skull? Beneath every answer we unearth, another question lies buried. 'Twas a fierce battle, but one I knew we would win. Your fame is well deserved, warrior of light. Full proud am I to have fought at your side. I would fain return with all swiftness to Ishgard to inform the Lord Commander of our triumph. But we must first have words with Hraesvelgr. There are parts of this tale that the worm has kept from us, and I would know wherefore.
And so Estinien wasn't kidding when he said that his gear would be crimson. Haha. Although Nidhogg has fallen, my heart is yet heavy, and the stain of corruption pleases me not. When all has been put to rest, I must needs forge my armor anew. And with that, we get the Mana Cutter key, an iron key that it completes the circuit connecting a Mana Cutter's steering mechanism with its engine. And the last Aether Current as well, although technically it's not the last one because I have to find one still. But we will go ahead and use that. And if we check our, no, not the minion one, the mount guide, and we'll see here we have a new one, Mana Cutter. Supervised in spirit by the ever-absent Cid, Biggs and Wedge, with a little bending over by Biggs, put their heads together to create this flight-ready miniature airship powered by the realm's first corrupted crystal engine. So I will just plop that, I guess, right there. And you can see that here. And now, normally you could fly at this point, but I haven't found the last Aether Current, so I can't. So anyway, talking to Estinien. Estinien would know the origins of Nidhogg's mysterious eye. With Nidhogg fallen, none save Hraesvelgr remains to answer our questions. Let us trouble the worm again. And if Iceheart yet lingers at Zenith, all the better. I would have her hear the truth from the dragon's maw. Before I head back to Zenith, though, I am going to head over in this direction to try to find the last Aether Current. So then I can fly. Pretty sure it's the last one anyway. Let's check our Aether Currents. Churning Mist, yes, so we just need to find that one. And that's 416 yalms to the east, so that is, as I said a number of times, somewhere over there. And there it is. Of course, I've attracted some unwanted attention. There we go. And this is the last Aether Current that I need. Ta-da! And apparently there's a fade over there. We're not going to do it. And so we'll jump on the Mana Cutter and fly our way over. It is a very interesting mount. And now that I have the mounts, I can actually clear up the map. That reminds me, I don't think I've done so... Yeah, I haven't done in the Forelands either. That'll be done in one of the side quests. Videos, that is. And so I need to make my way back up here, and I can just fly! Yay! Estinien. She has scarce moved since last we parted. Humph. This Hraesvelgr's confession will soon shake her from her stupor. Ishael. 'Twas you, was it not? The furious screams of the dragons carried far. You have slain Nidhogg. What more could you desire from this place? Will you not allow Hraesvelgr to mourn the death of his kin in peace? Spare us your sanctimonious judgment, Ice Maiden. We have a gift for the Great Worm, and a mystery that can no longer lie buried. Lady Iceheart, the Dragonsong War has all but consumed your life and claimed many of your followers. 'Tis time you learned the truth of its beginning, the whole truth, that we may at last bring this bitter conflict to an end. Sound the horn, warrior of light.
You mean the moment I prized your eye from his head?
It was yours! Your strength that sustained Nidhogg all these years!
Would that Haldreth had dealt the worm a killing blow.
Kom an I faren king, I Hraesvelgr in. Nå skal han strå av an Urstjas anan.
And so you acquiesced. You surrendered your eye to Nidhogg, knowing full well the suffering he would inflict.
This worm som an sin inkin in Ela. Ratan in Eskros Nidhogg, Liz Esk and Garan. I'm fire, Koloman, Tolos in Ishgard. Kas Echichiso, Sekron in Aan, Srei Snowfall in Sif Aan.
Well, that does change a few things. Now the question remains, where's the second eye? And thus did betrayal beget undying, or unending vengeance. Estinien, and we have more gear options here. With Bard, and healing, and summoning, mage. I don't actually like any of those, but we'll go for the mage one this time. Estinien is frustrated by yet another mystery. Though he lifted not a single claw, 'twould seem that Hraesvelgr wreaked his own manner of vengeance against us.
'Twas my life's goal to slay Nidhogg, but I find there is little joy to be had in its accomplishment.
But you have rid the world of a hate-filled creature, and ended a bloody war in so doing.
I lost my family to Nidhogg's flames, and 'twas with fury in my heart that I took up the lance. Every blow I struck in the name of vengeance. We were not so different, he and I.
I will not judge you for your deeds. I have not the right. Too many innocents have perished in the name of my greater good.
Yet even with all that has passed, the tale is incomplete. We are short a great worm's eye. Of the pair which Haldreth took from Nidhogg, only one is known to us, the one I bear. What then became of the other? Why did Nidhogg, who had taken such pains to prolong the Dragonsong War, suddenly decide to hurl his entire army against the walls of Ishgard? Lord Commander. Aye. The deed is done. Nidhogg is slain. What? In the city? A battle with whom? At once, Lord Commander. Hold firm till our return. Fighting has broken out in the city. Lord Emmerich was sparse with the particulars, but it seems some commoners threw open the gates to a force of heretics.
I gave no order to attack.
Are we to mark the end of the Dragonsong War by spilling the blood of our own? Mayhap Hraesvelgr was right about us. Let us away, Warrior of Light. The people must be saved from themselves.
Wait! I would join you! There has been enough violence. I will appeal to my people in the city and make them see reason.
Come then, Lady Iceheart. Let us write the final chapter in this damnable war.
A small army of heretics has invaded the city, Your Eminence, but there is no cause for concern. A sizable contingent of our soldiers is already in place to repel the Dravanian assault, and the intruders will soon find themselves outnumbered and outmatched.
Our plans proceed apace, then?
Yes, Your Eminence. This unrest shall serve to feed the people's fear of the heretics and the dragons both.
And lend renewed fervor to their prayers for deliverance. Very good. Grant our guests what time they need to sow a measure of chaos, then order the Temple Knights to crush them.
Your will be done.
The moment is at hand. Excellent. All shall soon be in alignment. It is time for the Bringer of Light to die.
comrades! Sheathe your swords! There is no need for further bloodshed!
My lady!
She has come!
Hear me, brothers and sisters! The war is ended! Nidhogg is no more! Aye, it is so! This adventurer and the Azure Dragoon laid the Great Worm low! The endless cycle of violence between man and dragon was born of our forefathers' treachery. You have followed me, bled with me, to bring this truth to light that we might all know peace. But Nidhogg is dead. Nidhogg is dead, my friends! He who bore such hatred towards Ishgard is dead! Let his hatred die with him, I say! Let us sheathe our swords and go in peace!
Have we lost?
No, my friend! Far from it! At long last, the peace for which we have so desperately fought is within our grasp. And I, for one, would not forsake it!
Peace?
Seize the witch! Let none escape!
Providing aid and succor to the wounded should be our first concern. If the heretics mean to observe the peace, then it would be folly not to do the same.
And so that brings us back to Ishgard, obviously. Estinien. Let us see how long this peace lasts. And of course, I'm like, what's that? 100, less than 100,000. That's like 40,000 away from the next level. I need to be level 56. Well then, I guess we're gonna leave that here for now and continue the Unrest in Ishgard in the next video. So that's it for this one. Thanks for watching!